Hey, if you're seeing this strip of bacon, I'm gonna need you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, I'm going to tell you a story about my brother. If you don't know, my brother was actually my half-brother. He died a few years ago from skin cancer. He is kind of similar to me in which we kind of struggle with our weight and, you know, addictions to things and stuff like that. And he was addicted to smoking cigarettes, as was I. But he also had a lot of other health issues, which I won't really get into because it's not really any of my business. It was his. But anyways, he was addicted to cigarettes, and I saw him starting to have more and more health problems, and that was like the one thing I wish he would have quit a lot sooner. But I didn't know how to tell him that, and so I really didn't say much about it. I just knew that I was smoking, and I was getting sick from smoking cigarettes, and I really wanted to quit. And so, you know, I struggled for 3 months to quit, probably. Just packs of cigarettes thrown out the window, breaking cigarettes in half, throwing them on the ground. Just, you know, things like that. Until it just eventually stuck. So, after about a month of quitting smoking, I come home one day to see that my brother has gotten some Chantix, which is the stop smoking aid. It's just a pill you take, it helps you quit smoking. I think it's kind of like Wellbutrin, it's an antidepressant. I was like, that's interesting, because he hadn't really talked about it with me anyways. He might have talked about it with his wife, or just he didn't really have to talk to anybody about it. It's just really interesting to come home and see that, because I never thought he would quit smoking, because he'd been smoking since he was 14 years old, and at this point he was probably, you know, was 30, maybe very early 30s, and he went through with his entire prescription of Chantix and quit smoking. I don't remember how long he quit smoking for, but I just remember sitting back and thinking, would he have quit smoking if I didn't quit smoking? And I don't know if that sounds egotistical or not. I'm sure it does in some sense, but I didn't quit smoking for him to quit smoking. I quit smoking because it was making me sick. It was just a little interesting to see that somebody who had no inclination that they should or even could quit smoking would quit. So I just store that up here. I don't really think too much about it at the time, but it comes back eventually. Let's fast forward maybe 2 years, and I'm working on losing weight. I just started this new keto diet. It's working very well. See noticeable changes very quickly. And, you know, I don't really say anyone should or shouldn't do it. I do give suggestions on things because, you know, it's new to me since I'm reading a bunch of books now. But I'm not trying to, like, force anybody to do it. At least I hope I wasn't. So we had 2 families living in the same roof. It was my brother and his family, and my parents and me. Which, you know, we're all still a family. It's just a lot of people in one house. So we'd split up dinners, you know, accordingly. Like, if somebody would do something one night and somebody else do something the next night. Since I was on this new keto diet, I would have to adjust as much as possible. You know, if we were having hamburger helper one night, I would just not eat hamburger helper, and I would eat like 6 eggs. And if we had, you know, chicken and rice one night, I would eat chicken in a salad with $1,000 dressing. You know, it's just how it was. And I'm sure it kind of annoyed the entire family to a certain extent, but it really was working. I was losing a lot of weight, and I was feeling really good about myself, and, you know, it was the first time I had ever been not fat in my life. And so I noticed my brother starting to do things, like do little things. He wouldn't really change it much on his diet, but he started walking, which was interesting. I've never really known him to be one to exercise. And then out of nowhere, one day he got a gym membership. And the day he got the gym membership, I remember very clearly him coming home, and I was standing in the dining room and just sitting there and thinking about what just happened. And that's the moment that I realized that you don't influence people by telling them what to do. You influence people by you doing what you need to do for yourself. Both of these things just made me realize that people are actually watching you, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. And, you know, I never set out to do any of these things to try to get somebody to do something. You can't just give advice hoping people will change. And the reason why this is because actions speak louder than words. So I guess the moral of this story is to just do what's good for you. Maybe other people will see it, maybe not. But if you do the things that you want to do for you, there could be some positive influence somewhere else. So, but that's it. Till next time.